Hi guys, welcome back to Starry Sisters Creations. Today's setup is a little bit different. You have a different view of my art room today because I'm actually going to be painting some sinker safety eyes today for a giveaway that I have going live on my Instagram this weekend or the beginning of next week. But I also want to show, this is where I have some of my plushies sitting in my room, so when friends come over they can come and look at them. So this is like my little setup with my plushies over here. So I wanted to share that as well since we were facing this way for this part of the video. I also wanted to show off my shirt. This is one of the shirts I got from my friend Sam from Whole Sam Crochet. And it's just adorable. I have two of her shirts. I want to get the frog one as well. They're just so cute. So this past weekend, I also got these cute little earrings with my dad. They were from a local vendor from a flea market kind of place. And I got a bunch of different colors, so you'll see those in coming videos as well. But I just wanted to share my shirt and my earrings and share my little plushie ball before I get started today. And like I said, I'm going to be doing some hand-painted safety eyes, the sinker safety eyes. I'm going to be doing some that are just paint, and then I finish all of mine off with resin. And then I'm going to do some that start with resin because I put like little charms, not charms, but little added parts to it. So since I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram, I'm going to make some starry or some like night themed ones. I thought that would be fun to do for the giveaway. So that is today's plan. So I'm going to get started on those safety eyes, and I'm going to switch the camera around. You're pretty much going to see my hands the majority of today's video, just because it's easier to do it that way. And you won't be able to see it if I paint like this. So I'm going to flip the camera around so you guys can see how I create my safety eyes. I'm only probably going to show you like how I do the two different types because I'm going to be painting quite a few today. But yeah, I'm excited to share this with you guys. If you have any questions about how I do my safety eyes or are interested in more in-depth videos, I can also do that as well at some point. But let's get started with today's video. Okay, so don't mind all the glitter that's on this thing. I use it a lot for when I do the eyes. So I have some that I already started. And these ones just need a final coat of paint on them. So these ones are just the painted safety eyes. You can kind of see here the color. Try to see if it will focus. There we go, a little bit better. So some of these just need one more coat, so there's not like a gap in the paint color in the back. Some of these you can kind of see there's a little bit of focus on the eyeball. There's a little bit of smudging that happens, so if I just put another coat of paint on it, you're not going to see it through the front, and it's going to be seamless. Come on. It's going to be more seamless on the front. So I just got finished painting these ones, and then I'm going to start on some other ones as well. So I forgot to grab my paintbrushes. I'll be right back. Grab my paintbrush, and then I'm going to start with the brown, because the brown I actually need for a project I'm working on right now. So with the safety eyes, I typically just use the cap of my paint bottle just because I don't want to waste any, and it just works easier for me recently, so that's what I've been doing. So what I do is, like this one, it has glitter on it as well, and then it has the brown paint on the back. I wanted to do like more of like a traditional like brown eyes for the Savannah giraffe I'm making because they have brown eyes. But I wanted to give it some glitter and make it sparkly as well. So that's what this one is. I think they're really cute with the glitter and the brown. So these ones all just need to be, I think this is probably the last coat for these ones. It should be. And then once I'm done, once the coat dries, I put resin on the back of them to lock them in. Just because I tried using like the spray sealant that I use when I paint, but it was like getting down farther, and a couple of them got on the front of the eye. Even though I had like the plastic still on it, it got on it in a way that I didn't like the look of it. So I just started putting a little bit of UV resin on the back to seal it into place, and just made me feel better. I'm trying to figure out if that's the way I want to continue to seal my eyes, that I just use paint on, or if I want to seal them a different way, because there's a couple different ways that you can do it. So I'm debating if I want to do that, or maybe seal with some Mod Podge. I don't know yet. So as of right now, I've just been using a little bit of the resin, because when I do the eyes, I'm going to show you here in a bit, I use resin pretty much for the whole thing. I do add paint to it at some point, but I also add extra, there we go. I add extra things into the eye that requires me to use resin throughout the whole process. So those ones are done a little bit differently and use a bit more resin than my other ones. This one is just a paint one. It doesn't have any of the glitter. So these ones, sometimes they take 2 layers, sometimes they take 3. It just depends. So I want to make sure there's no gapping. These ones I just did brown. Just did the metallic-y brown on them. And then, of course, I forgot to get water. So I'm just going to use a different paintbrush because I don't want to run and get water at the moment. So we're just going to grab a different one. I have a lot of paintbrushes. These ones are weird because I was painting with my mom when she came to visit, and we were painting ceramics. And so there was a mixture of a yellow and orange, and I liked the look of it. And I didn't want to waste the paint, so I put them on the eyes. But now I need to mix my yellow and orange to get the color. So that's going to take me a minute. I don't want to get too much because then I have too much of the color. I just realized I think I have this upside down. That's going to be fun for editing. I definitely have the image upside down. So I don't know how that part's going to work. I think that's about the color, actually. Not bad for my first try. Yeah, that looks like it looks like it's the color. Cool. So these ones just, which again, I think I made too much of it. So what I might do, I might paint one more and the larger eyes with it because I like the color. I think it's pretty. I'm trying to come up with names for these as well, which I don't really know what to name them. Like, I feel like I'm a creative person, but when it comes to naming things, I am not. So if you have any ideas for names for the different colors, that would be great. I will also be, hopefully, in the next few weeks, if time permitting, I might have to wait till September to put them online, just because I don't want to put them on Etsy and then have to take them off because I'm away on vacation. So we'll see. I might just wait until I get back to put the safety eyes on Etsy. But my plan is to get them on Etsy soon, because I have quite a few already made. And like I said, I want to make more and get them ready to go. That way I can ship them off as soon as someone orders them. And then I might put a thing on there if people are interested of doing like custom colors. But I'm not sure how to do the customs on the Etsy. What I really need to do is start a website. And that is something that I'm looking into. I just haven't figured out what platform I want to go through for the website that's going to be the most useful to me. Now these, I think these ones are 25 millimeter. These ones are 20, I believe. 20 or 18. I have to double check. I'll just add what size they are in my posts, or in editing. Of course, now I'm going to run out of the color again. That's the thing, like sometimes I make too much and then when I go to paint the other ones, I don't have enough. That's definitely what's going to happen again today. But they take a little while to dry, so I won't mix up anymore until I do the last coat, because I think those ones might need another coat. That one definitely does. So I'll just wait. No, this one's only gonna have a little bit. I'll just wait to mix more when darn it. I'll just wait to mix more when I have to do the next coat, because that one's super thin. I try to do thicker ones so I don't have to do so many layers, but it doesn't always work out well, so it just depends. I do like this size a lot because you can see more, which is why for my resin ones I'm using the 25s, and 25s tend to be a more popular size. So right now I'm getting a couple pairs ready for the resin. I'm just gonna start with 4 pairs. I want to do something different for each of them though, so this might take me a minute. So I have the UV resin that I use is this one. I believe I got this one from Michael's, and then I have this little squishy silicone that I use as well. I use the silicone to put the resin in just so I can brush it on these easier. And then I have silicone brushes that I use. So I just put a little bit in here. Take my silicone brush and I brush it on. So I try to do pretty thin layers for the most part. Now this layer, I'm just going around real quick because they're UV. It won't harden like super fast unless it's under like the black light. But it can still harden in the sun. It just takes way longer. So sometimes I have to watch with how bright it is. So this one though, I'm gonna do these little blue stars. I just think they're adorable. And then I got my little tweezers. Like I said, I want to do some starry themed ones just to go with my name for my giveaway. I thought that would be fun. So with these, I take the tweezers. It might be hard to see because I have to hold it still. Just drop them into place. Now the hard part is when you go to make the matching one, whenever you do the ones with resin and little added pieces, because you want them to look as similar as possible. Sometimes they're going to look slightly off. That's what you're going to get with handmade things though as well. It's not always going to be 100% perfect. So you have to give yourself a little bit of grace when you're making them, just because it's hard to get things perfect when it comes to handmade things. And I can be a perfectionist sometimes, so I've had to give myself a lot of grace through the process myself. So that's always something to keep in mind when you're creating things as well. Be kind to yourself. So it's kind of hard to see right now. There's the little blue stars. I think that would be cute. And then I will paint these as well. They won't just be resin. So right now I just drop those into place, and I'm going to do the other one quickly here. It's hardening already and I don't want it to do that. Like I said, it's a little bright in here, so which I kind of need for videoing, but when it comes to doing the resin part, it makes it a little bit more difficult. After what I was doing. Sometimes I get distracted when I'm doing things because there's just too many things in my brain going on. So How many did I put? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I put 8. Okay. So we'll stick with 8. And if these eyes are a hit, then I'll also make more of these ones to sell as well. Like I said, these ones are just for the giveaway. Ah, no. So hopefully people like them. I think they're fun. Like I said, I like doing different things. Like for markets and stuff, I do like having a good amount of the similar, but I also like having different ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 2 more. No, don't want that kind. Also trying to see where it went under the pupil, because I want them to be as similar as I can get them, which I think I spaced these ones a little bit further apart than the others. So I'm gonna go back in and scoot these real quick before it sets. I'm hoping that's close. It looks pretty close. I still think those are going to be cute. Okay, so those ones I'm going to set off to the side for now. I'm going to close this up, because if I don't, my luck, I will knock them all over the counter. I want to do some glow-in-the-dark ones. So these ones, they glow in the dark more with resin, but they do glow in the dark with sunlight as well. So I think this will be a fun one. So there's moons too, but I think I'm going to just stick with stars for now. My plan for this one is to do a black background. So I think that's going to turn out really, really cool. Now just grabbing more resin. Trying to keep it off to the side out of the light more. That way it doesn't harden as fast. The hardest part sometimes is, since like right now it's clear on clear, I have to move it so I can make sure everything is coated evenly. Because it's hard to tell sometimes. And then what I do with the silicone is I let this dry in the sun, and then I just peel off the old resin. It peels off really easily. So that's how I take the old resin off of these. All right, so there's that. Now this one's extra hard because these stars are very, very tiny. These ones I'm gonna do more in like a sporadic. I say that now, but it already looks too even. It's hard for me to do things randomly, like without a pattern. So it makes things interesting. But I want this one to be, these ones to be more without a pattern. Oh, come on. There it goes. I'm super excited about these. Ooh, I think that looks really cute. I'm going to put it like all the way around though, because I want it on the bottom. Come on. I'm just like getting a little bit of resin on it so it sticks to it, so I can move it, because these ones are so tiny. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I like that. I like the look of that. It's kind of hard to see in there in it right now, but I think that one's going to turn out really cute. So that might be one that I have in my store. People like it. If there's any of them that you like a lot, let me know. I also might start making more resin things. I do have quite a lot of resin molds as well. It's another thing I enjoy doing. They just take longer. But they are fun to make. They're fun to use, the molds and stuff. There's a couple things that I really want to make for like family members. I made a lot of gifts a couple years ago out of resin when I got really into it. Because I have lots of interest and hobbies. I'm definitely a crafty person at heart that likes to learn how to do all the things possible. I just find it really fun to be able to be creative in so many different ways. for me, being creative is like one of the only things that has ever made sense, or sometimes in school, learning didn't always make sense to me. Because my brain, it just seems to work more in the creative sense than in like a mathematical or scientific sense, which I actually really enjoyed science in school, but I was very bad at math. I'm also dyslexic. So, fun fact about me, I am dyslexic and I have trouble reading and stuff. So, I used to draw a lot to help me focus more as well. And for some reason, it helped me memorize things when I was drawing compared to like when I was actually like taking physical notes, because I was so focused on how words are spelled. I am terrible, absolutely terrible at spelling things. Like if I did not have a phone that had auto or the like spell check, it would be terrible. So I preferred when to take notes, I would actually draw during them. And surprisingly, I would memorize things while drawing. I don't know why my brain works like that, but it does. So that's just a fun fact about me. I've always liked to learn, but I have to learn. I'm like a physical hands-on learner compared to like, well, I'm auditory and like hands-on. I can't just listen, and I can't just like write things down. That my brain doesn't work like that. I have to like physically be doing something majority of the time for it to make sense to me. So that's kind of how that goes. I think I keep jumping topics, sorry. These ones are also glow in the dark. They're of course a lot larger. So I'm debating if I want to do a large glow in the dark one as well, or just stick with my tiny one. So I had the blue, I have those ones, and then I wanted to do, I have like a gold and like a brown star. I think I'm going to do the gold. So I'm going to do gold star in these ones. So I have like a lot of really fun things. Like I want to do some snowflake ones for Christmas. I have a lot of add-on things, some fruits and things as well. So I definitely want to use these more. I think they would make some really cool eyes. I'm trying to come up with unique ideas that other painters aren't using. Now the fruit ones are harder because a lot of people use the fruit, and I really do like the fruit as well, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm using their ideas, so I might put the fruits on the back burner for now, but they are really cute. I might eventually make some fruit ones, but not right now. I'm going to stick with trying to come up with unique ones, and I love all the stars and stuff, so I think I'm gonna do like my big drop of eyes. I might do like a star collection just because I think that's lots of fun, and I know lots of people that like to do more of like the night sky kind of plushies, and I think that would be really cool to have a set like that. So that is the plan. Actually, I'll probably work on those next week so I can get them out there before anyone else does. But if someone beats me to it, it is what it is. Okay, so my gold stars. Again, these ones are tiny. I'm trying to figure out what I want to paint, like what colors on the back I want to paint so that these pop. Now, all of these will have to go under a UV light, and I'll show that here in a little bit. So I'm actually going to continue to do this, but I'm going to fast forward through it. That way the video is not going to be too long. So for this one, I'm using a couple different sizes, so I'm trying to get them as close to the same spot as possible. That way they look... Oh, there is a gold star stuck on this one. That way they look more even. That is definitely a harder task. I hope that's close. It might not be exact, but I think that's pretty darn close. I'm gonna put the rest of these back. Attempt to put them back. Glitter is hard to maneuver sometimes. All right, there we go. So now all of these are ready to go into, of course, I can't move this, so I'm gonna have to move the camera. Okay, so this is the little UV resin thing I have. You can do 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. So I'm gonna set mine to do, well, yeah. So take out this little tray, and then I'm gonna put these on here. I'm gonna adjust them a little bit so they're spaced better. I have just a UV flashlight. It doesn't work as well, and you don't get can't do as many at a time. This one I haven't had to do that. So you just slide it under, make sure all of them are underneath the light, and then set it for the time. So I'm just gonna let it go. Technically they're hard enough, but I like to put mine in for a second batch just to get them as hard as I can before doing the next step. So these ones are all set now, and now I just need to do the backs. I put resin on the back of these, so they're gonna go in here so that they can cure while I'm painting. So I'm gonna move this to the side so it's not all blue light. All right, hoping you can see better. I should have zoomed in before, but this is what we got so far. These are the blue ones. They have like a little purple to them. So I'm debating, I was gonna paint these ones black, but I still want the people to be shown. So I'm trying to figure out how I wanna do that. I am going to start with, I think we'll do the blue one, because I wanna do, I think a purple. I think this purple would be cool with like the bluey purple, or I'm so indecisive. This one has like a bluey purple, but I don't want it to like be too matchy. I think I'm gonna do the purple, because I think it's gonna stand out better on it. So gotta find a paintbrush. I have so many paintbrushes. All right, I'm gonna do purple. I'm hoping this turns out the way I wanted to. There's a good chance I might be repainting if these don't turn out the way I want them. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I think that's cute. Awesome. All right, so there's that one. I also painted a couple other ones while my resin was curing. Really hope people like these. That's the one thing, like, I do get really nervous when I'm creating something like this, because one, people like them, but not everyone has the same taste or style as me. So just finding people that like what I make, I think those would be really cute. Okay, so those just need to dry now. So this is the thing, like, I wanted to do black for these glow-in-the-dark ones, but I don't think it's gonna pop enough from like the eyeball itself. Because here, let me put them in the resin real quick so that they glow a little bit. It's hard to see right now, but they glow with light or with their UV resin. it's quicker to get it with the UV resin. But if I do black, you won't be able to see the pupil. This is one that I think I might get whites for because I think that would be pretty cool. So what I might do, I might try to make like a galaxy with like a sponge technique. I don't know if it's gonna work the way that I'm envisioning it. I don't know if it's gonna work the right way, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I have a bunch of different paintbrushes, but also painting tools. I don't remember where these came from. I think someone gave them to me. Like, I just get a bunch of different items, and I like figuring out how to use the different textures for different projects. So I'm hoping this turns out the way I am wanting it to. I think it's going to work, but I will not know until this one dries and I put the black on it, if it's worked or not. So this is kind of a trust the process kind of moment, because right now it looks kind of crazy. I feel like it might work. Okay, I'm gonna set those aside. Those ones should dry pretty quickly, so I should be able to get back to that one here in a minute. With the gold, so I think I'm gonna do my like purple blue or blue. I think I'm gonna do blue. I like it. That's always the hard part for me, is like deciding if I think other people are gonna like it or if it's just a me thing, but I feel like other people will like it. I tend to gravitate towards the blues a lot, but that's just me, so I always have to think about what other people are gonna like though too. Of course, I got paint on the side. I think that's cute though. I always get so nervous when I'm creating anything for other people just because I don't know what they're gonna think. See, that one could go with blue too, but I've already done the purple and blue on this one. I need to do something else on this one. The purple. I do the purple glitter on this one. I think that's gonna turn out cute, and then I'll paint the background purple. I have so many fun paints. Like, I just want to keep making a bunch of different eyes. It's so much fun to have a whole variety of them. I think you can, yeah, you can still see it even though there's the other glitter. I like that. I think that'll turn out cool. So I went with purple and blue. Not really a surprise there. I kind of gravitate towards those colors for my stuff when it comes to the galaxy kind of colors. But I think they would be really cool for like either dragon eyes or anything really whimsical or spacey kind of themed. It'd be cute alien eyes. Here we go. Okay, so now all of those have to dry. So I will be back when those dry. I think that actually works. That looks pretty cool. So that's with them glowing. It's kind of hard to see because there's... I think those look cool. These ones are done. These are the normal paint. And then I just resined the back. So these are going on my Savannah, the giraffe that I am making currently. So these will be in that video, but those turn out pretty cool. The brown glitter eyes, and then I also have the normal brown, which is like a shimmery brown, which I think is also really pretty. And then these funny yellow orange ones. I like the color a lot. So yeah, completed with those, and then all I have to do is wait for these ones to dry, put the last coats on them, and then put them sealed and put them in. So I'll be back once all of this is completed and all the resin's dried and everything. Okay, so here is 3 of the just paint eyes that I did in the video. I have the brown, 1 set of the glitter brown, and then 1 set of the orange yellow. I think these turned out really cute. These are again in the 20 millimeter. And then I have the set of 25 millimeters for the Starry giveaway. So the top has the blue stars with the purple, the blue and gold stars, the glow in the dark with like the galaxy. There you go, you can see a little bit better. And then the purple and the silver. And I think they turned out really cute. I'm super excited to get this giveaway up and ready. It's gonna be up tomorrow, which I'm posting this actually on the day that I'm making this. So it's going up tomorrow on Monday. And these will be part of the giveaway. I also have other amazing creators that will be joining me. And I'll talk about them here in a few minutes. But here is the giveaway eyes. They turned out really cute. Just wanted to pop in at the end of the video and say thank you for watching. And if you want to enter the giveaway, go ahead and head over to my Instagram. It will be going live tomorrow, which is Monday. And I'm going to have so many amazing creators and friends that are going to be joining me. There's going to be a pattern giveaway, and then there's going to be a eye giveaway with 4 of my amazing eyes. And then another portion will be 4 of my friend Jennifer from 3J's Handcrafts eyes. They are gorgeous. I'm super excited to be celebrating with my friends. So if you would like to join, go ahead and head over there and check out the giveaway that will be going live tomorrow. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and be creative, do something fun. It's a beautiful day here where I'm at, so I'm hoping the weather's great for you guys, but I'll see you next time.